Yeah, it's good to be home and playing. It's good to have a decent student turnout. Obviously, we ran away with the game, but there's a lot of positives in the game. Our guys play extremely hard. The positives, we forced 30 turnovers. We only had 6 turnovers, which is good. That's indicative of your effort, how many deflections we had in the game. We're able to play everybody right at 15 minutes, and there probably won't be many games we can do that. I don't know if we'll be able to do it again the rest of the season, but everybody was getting opportunities. The signature of our team this year is going to have to just be ruthless defense everywhere. I mean, we're not going to be the prettiest team. We've coached different teams that can spread it and spray it and shoot it to death, and it's really not us right now. We'll shoot it way better than we have, but we're just going to have to be relentless savages on defense if we're going to have success. We're not going to have just success because we came in out here and you saw the prettiest offense ever. That's not what this group is. But we've won different ways here, and we just have to buy into that identity and keep improving on offense. Some negatives in the game, obviously our field goal percentage. If you have 30 turnovers and you have 20 steals, you should have a higher field goal percentage than 44%. You dang sure should have a higher three-point percentage than 26%. So that's got to come a long way. And we'll probably have to start getting back in the gym and maybe go twice a day and start doing more skill so we can get our skill up. The good part is we've, in 3 games, have shot in the 20s from 3, which is amazing. I mean, that's really not very good at all. So hopefully better days are ahead, and we got that out of our system. I think the first 2 games last year we didn't shoot it well from 3, then we rolled. We're better than the 20s, probably not the best three-point shooting team we've ever had, but we're better than that, and we're going to have to do better than that going forward. We obviously got a big test Friday at North Alabama. I think we picked 2nd in their league. They've been playing really well, and every game from this point on, we play Texas Southern, always wins their league, and right to Michigan State, and we got our MTE, so lots of great games coming up, and we're looking forward to it.
You decided to make a change at the 5, starting Jaden instead of Riley. What went into that decision, and what did you see from those 2 specifically as you try to balance the rotation minutes between those guys and Larry too?
Yeah, we got 3 good guys that can all play that position. Sometimes it's going to be someone's night, sometimes maybe the other person's night. Sometimes it's about which guy fits better in which group, and so we're just trying different things, different lineups. That may not be the lineup that we go with the whole season, and it could change game to game just kind of till we fill it out what the best rotations for our team are.
Coach, you kind of talked about it, 9 for 34 from 3. Bucky ball's known for their threes. Are you going to try to shift your strategy this year?
We're going to keep shooting them. We're just going to have to get in the gym more. I think that one thing I'll say that I hate to do mandatory shooting. I know last year's group, it wasn't a coincidence. Jermaine Marshall lived in the gym, he was here all the time. Jaden Campbell lived in the gym. AJ lived in the gym. Chor lived in the gym. You couldn't get them out of the gym. I had to tell them, hey, I need y'all to get out of the gym. And it wasn't a coincidence they went from low three-point shooters to very high three-point shooters, right? And so we're going to have to be in the gym more, that's for sure, because, that's part of it, guys. We're here. We're on scholarship. We're working. There's the end of the bargain that you got to hold up on your own, too, not just in practice and not just when we say, but to make sure that we're in the gym the way you have to deserve to be able to make those shots. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying our guys aren't working as hard as everyone in our league or harder. I just know that if you're going to be a top 10 three-point shooting team in the country, you got to get up, be in the top 10 in the country in reps. And if that's the position you play, if you're one of the guys that's on the floor that's going to be shooting those threes and you want to be a top 10 team in the country making three-point field goals, that means that you have to outwork everybody else in the country, but about the other 7 people that might be in front of you. That's how life works too, right? And that's what we're going to have to do if we're going to be at that level of three-point shooting team. Yeah.
You talked about the big match that come out Friday, kind of a hostile environment at North Alabama with a second team in the conference. What's something you can carry over from these first few games going into a road atmosphere like that?
Yeah, the Cornell game we learned a lot from. They're a good team, obviously, and brought back 8 returners. Just how tight you have to be. All those games come down to 1, 2, or 3 points, and what makes up for that? That's what I always talk about. What can make up? How can you make up for that? a loose ball tip in, getting on the floor, getting to a loose ball, back tipping someone so that they don't get a layup, getting an offensive rebound, getting a rebound off a free throw. How can you hurt the team? Well, I forgot to block out. And I didn't step in on the shooter when we're on a free throw rebound, and they got the rebound and they scored. Turned the ball over, didn't remember the play we were going to score on. So I think in a hostile environment, the biggest thing that you can focus on is every play, what is my responsibility? That's it. If you're like, what am I supposed to do every single play? What defensively, offensively, ball shot, block out, and you do that over and over, and that's how you have success, particularly in big games and on the road. Because, like in golf, like the great guys off the tee, like they're in a major, they got guys lined up on both sides of the fairway. They're not just thinking like, oh, hey, let's just go get a par on this hole. Like they're looking at like something 5 yards in front of them that's lined up right down the fairway, and they're lined up over that tee, so there's no people at each side of them. It's that dot right in front of them. They want to hit it to that. And they do that. It takes out all the noise. And so for us, every play, we got to take out the noise in these games coming up when we go on the road. There can't be noise. It can't be focusing on, hey, let's just win. It's got to focus on every play. Find that target. It's 5 feet in front of you, whatever that is. If it's a rebound, blocking out someone before I go get it, right? If it's offense, running the floor, touching the corners. And I think if you do that, it takes away all the noise because you're just doing something that you know over and over and over. And we'll see if we can do that Friday.
Coach, Trey had 16 points and Colin had 14. What do fans really need to know about these new 2 newcomers?
Yeah, they can get going at any point. I think the way you saw Trey shoot the ball is kind of what he's capable of doing. He kind of had an off game last game, but he can score so quick and get it going in bunches. And, I mean, there'll be games this year you're going to see Trey, he's going to have 25, 30 points in some of these games. I think from 3 is 4 for 6 from 3. And with Trey, they can't stop him from really getting him off because he can elevate so high. I've been on Trey in practice about making sure that, hey, he's elevating every 3 in practice because he jumps about 40 inches off the ground. And just making sure that he doesn't get game fatigue. And if there's an adjustment for how we play, right, it's up and down, and just getting adjusted to the stamina you have to play with it. But I was really happy with him in that game. He asked to come out, and we got him right back in because he was tired, then came back in, and he's finishing strong. Collins worked on his 3 ball. He's one of the guys that all summer he's been in the gym. He gets his shots up. He's here all the time. And so his 3 balls continue to improve and improve and improve. He's a true inside-outside player. My challenge at Collins always be, hey, you got to play as hard as Jermaine Marshall did. That's if he has his skill playing as hard as Jermaine Marshall, you're looking at the best player in the league, right? And so that's been my challenge to him. He was a little banged up today, but in 15 minutes he had 14 points and 4 rebounds. So I think that's on pace with what we want to see. Rebound the basketball, he should be at 8, 9, 10 rebounds every game. And they're 2 leaders of the team, and we'll obviously be relying on them heavily going forward. Trey Ford also was second on our team in assists. No turnovers, 4 assists. He really passed the ball well. Let it come to him, and you do that, life's easy.